to the Red Brick House. My name is Susan, and here on this channel I like to make things and share them with you. And so have you ever had a project where you just kept thinking about it over and over and it just kind of floated around in your head, but you just haven't made it yet? Because if you do, we have something in common, because that's where I'm at today. I have been wanting to make myself a bag, like a crossbody bag, that I can take on my walks with me, because I walk pretty much every day, and oftentimes I'm wearing cotton leggings or gym shorts if it's warm outside, and a lot of those things don't have pockets. And so I just needed something that I can put my keys and my phone in and maybe a snack, and that's all I need. And so I am really wanting to make it in like a crazy quilt style. I have several scraps here. I've been kind of waiting until I kind of gained some scraps that I could use, because I haven't been sewing for a long time, and so I don't have a ton of extra scraps, but I think I have plenty to make a little small bag. And so that's what I'm going to do today. So join me at my table and let's get started. Okay, in order to sew crazy quilt style, you're just going to put two pieces of fabric together. I'm going to put right sides together. Let's see. So I'm going to put it together like this. And then I'm just going to sew straight down here. We're just basically going to sew these scraps together and make our own fabric. After sewing the fabric together, I trimmed off any extra fabric that might be hanging down past the other piece of fabric, because it is easier to sew the scraps together when you're sewing with a straight edge. I visited the iron often to press down those seams. I continued sewing pieces together until I had a good-sized block, and then I would start all over again with two small pieces of fabric. I quickly learned that, especially for this project, because it's small, that I wanted to start out with smaller pieces and build my fabric block from there. This gave me more variety in scraps, thus creating more visual interest. A thread bunny proved to be ever so helpful in saving me thread and time. My supervisor here decided that I was quite capable of making the crazy quilt fabric on my own, so he decided to take a nap in my scrap pile.
After I put together enough fabric for my bag, I began to cut out the lining. Then I could use that size as a guide for cutting the outside of my bag. After some careful planning, I cut the lining on the fold at about 10 inches across and 8 inches in height. Then I began to line up my blocks in a visual pleasing way and sew them together. And here they all are together. It's a different day, but he's still napping, using anything I leave unattended as a pillow.
Now for the hard part of trying to figure out which part I want to be on the purse, because it's longer than what my purse is going to be. So this is going to be tough. I like all the little pieces. I don't so much love the bigger pieces. So I'm going to keep that in mind the next time I do something like this. And it's really hard to determine like what it's going to look like. So let's see, it would stop there. So I can take this and just fold it under, and then that's pretty much the size of the purse. Then I can fold it in like this, and I can kind of see what the purse would look like. So it would look like that, and then like that. I really like that. Yes, very much so. And this was kind of accidentally on purpose. So this I sewed backwards by accident, and then I thought, well, it is a crazy quilt, why don't I just leave it that way? And actually I kind of like it. So I think that's what's going to make the cut.
Now I am making a divider for the middle of my purse. I am just using a folded piece of fabric with some batting on the inside, and I am ironing it down for a hem. I also top stitched across the top with a decorative stitch via my sewing machine. Next, I wanted to decorate the bag with some simple embroidery stitches. I also added some embellishments as well. I added some decorative elastic and some buttons, but I am not finished yet. Let's add a strip of ribbon to the cap fabric. I am using torn silk here to make a fun detail. I will sew using a basting stitch and then gather it up. I think it looks cute, so I tack it down to the bag. I want to make a little rosette. So I take a piece of folded fabric and baste across the top, holding it together. Then I gather it up into a circle and sew it together. I have this beautiful button that I found in my grandmother's button tin. I thought it was absolutely perfect for this project. The back of it was broken, so I attached it the best I could by sewing through it. So here's a look at the finished fabric. Now let's turn it into a bag. I prepared the hem by ironing it, and then I trimmed the batting. I did not want the batting adding bulk on the edges, so I made sure that the batting fit just inside the hem. At last, I carefully pinned the bag together. Let's get a sneak peek of how it will look in the end. After measuring the strap around my body, I prepare it for hemming. I carefully and slowly sew around the edges, making sure that the lining does not protrude past the outside part of the bag. Now let's put in the divider, but mistakes were made.
Okay, I'm just trying to figure out what to do with my sides here because I really need to fold them in. I have too much batting in here. I made this too big. So I don't know what I'm going to do unless I take some of the batting out. So I'm gonna turn it like this. Let's see what I can do here. It's not sewed down at the bottom part. So I'm gonna cut some of that out. Now then, I think I can fold it over like that and sew it down. Now I'm going to take my bag here and I'm going to measure it because I'm going to sew it into the sides over here. So I think that will work. Since this fabric is striped, I just know I need to fold it to that white stripe. So I'm going to sew that down. That way I won't have any raw edges coming out of my purse. So I don't want that. Now I'm going to place this inside my bag here. So I'm going to open this up and I'm going to place this middle part in here. It will, oh no, it's still too big. No! I think it's still too big. Okay, so, oh my goodness, it's too big. Eek. How am I gonna fix that? I don't want to fold it over again. I'm gonna have to take it out. I'm gonna have to seam rip it out and sew it closer in. I thought that would be enough, but no, it's not. Okay, well, now I got some work to do. And these are tiny stitches. So this is going to take a while. It's okay, it happens. It happens. It's not a big deal. We're just gonna fix it. I did back stitch it and everything though.
Let's just move on with the video, shall we?
Okay, so I have put the strap on my body and pinned it to the bag so that I could kind of see where I wanted to sew the strap in and how much slack I needed here for it. And so I have pinned it to what I don't know, will presumably be the front of the bag. But either side could be the front of the bag. But we're just gonna call this side the front for now with this really beautiful button on it. And I am going to pin, or I already did, pin the strap to the front. And I'm going to sew this side together first. I'm hoping I can get it under my sewing machine. If not, then I will probably just end up hand stitching it with a back stitch, but we will see. I'm gonna try. I don't think it's gonna work. Maybe. Okay. It's a lot to go through. Let's see. Okay, needle's going in fine. Okay. There we go. We got over the hump. Holding everything really tight. Okay, back it up. I'm going to go back over that again because there's going to be quite a bit of, of stress on that front part. Now, hold on. Nope, I can't do that with that. Okay,
I was thinking I needed to turn and sew my strap in on the other side, but I can't do that because I'll sew my purse together. So I can't do that right now. Okay. So we're gonna take that out of there. Doesn't look bad. It could look better, my stitching. Okay, now I'm gonna stitch up the other side, because what will happen is there will be a button that goes right in here on the inside, and that's what the other end of the strap will button into that. So, and then I'm planning on putting snaps, probably two snaps right here to keep this together. So, it's coming along.
After sewing the other side together, I put in the button. Then the snap. I only did one. And then I made 3 buttonholes for varying lengths, all sewn in by hand. I am so pleased with how this turned out. I think it's my favorite project I've made so far, and I just cannot wait to use it. Oh, and did you think the snacks I mentioned earlier were for me? Oh no, my friends. They are for the birds and squirrels, of course. Thanks so much for watching and have a fantastic week. Bye.